Alright, off on another plot railroad of Byakuya. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? Fine. Obviously, it's the machine guns. No. No. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. There's a button. There we go. What's this? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? An e-handbook? No, wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So, you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? Well, you can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Sayaka Maizono. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I see. Yeah. Now I understand. Cool.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
That would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey! Hey! What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but, even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret! I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Well, then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Alright. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then, you really believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Did you say this already? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented, psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Okay, show me. What do you mean by that?
Don't make...
And I have a basis to believe that, I assure you. Genocide Jack is one of us. There we go. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence that you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really... Ah, hey, you two. Big trouble! Need your help!
I don't have time to play
We're
with you.
busy. Leave us alone.
I mean...
But it's an emergency! Emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me! Alright, Aoi, what's up?
Please!
This is a serious emergency! Please, please, you gotta help me! Okay, just calm down, okay, Hina?
I mean...
But it's an emergency! An emergency? What happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? Well, what should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we could take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat
Don't.
myself.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no, and that'd be the end of it.
Yeah!
Okay, come on, hurry! Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
It looks like she's headed to the dorms. To Toko's dorm, most likely. You're right. Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency. I guess I talked to Byakuya first.
Such ignorance.
You're talking to the wrong person, you waste of space. Well, I can't go in Toko's room. Am I supposed to hit the doorbell? Oh. Hey, Hina. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what is this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her. You know, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all of this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open, slowly and silently. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Hello! And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. Plot bomb dropped. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago... Oh, drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? Oh, come on, are you that stupid? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared? No, you idiot. Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Yes, actually. Why am I at crotch level to everybody? What the heck? Hey, Byakuya, do you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess even you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of the door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
What do you want?
Leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Bacula! What?
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, it means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. I had to talk to him several times as we walked, or I tried to talk to him several times as we walked. But he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking toward his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. To the Byakuya Cave! Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Close enough. Oh, did we ever go in here? I don't think we did. If I remember, on the other side of this door is the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It'll all make sense once you're inside. Of course! Books! Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So, in other words...
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. What do you think? If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself. Alright, let's just start here. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges in the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? Oh, hey. A lamp. Huh. It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, and then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Oh, money. Thank you, monocoins. This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. Oh, come on, he's messing with me. There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things?
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. What, are you part of the Illuminati now? You mean like members of the Diet? Or... What? Wait. Hang on. Something's coming to me in the back of my recollection. I'm pretty sure the Japanese legislature is called the National Diet. I could be wrong, but I think that's correct. No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. He does mean the Illuminati. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let this go for now. Is this just gonna be Byakuya yanking my chain all through the, investigation? There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. These things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Then what are they doing in a high school? Oh? So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? What, that it's full of Byakuya's bullshit? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guy's problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but, I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put this all together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps, the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use, I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? Or what about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple. Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second, you're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all of this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Members of the Tagami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is this possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls our world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of the world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, my recent favorite is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that of the crime scene. The word bloodlust is written at every crime scene in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about the act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
In other words...
That right here is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden themselves among the rest of us. Or someone else read this file. Then Genocide Jack really is. Such a brutal, fiendish killer is really walking around among us? I mean, I know that's true because I was there in the room with the Toko scene, but... What? This is a huge leap of logic if I've learned about this from a book.
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? And I'd be seriously suspecting Byakuya if it wasn't for the fact that the game just hammered us in the face with the fact that it isn't. I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become a part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. What? Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Since when is he the librarian? Oh no! I must hold this book directly in front of my crotch! Why is everything at crotch level in this game? Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had been collected. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages, and their pictures too. Look at all that blood. Also, I can't help but notice, but it appears that Genocide Jack has murdered Hideo Kojima. That's probably why we're not getting another Metal Gear game. Ken Harada, 32, Tetsuhiro Honda, 17, Shoji Gaku, 23, Kano Issei, 14, Takeshi Yoshida, 30, Komatsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Nahoisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Yumijima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. Yeah, except for the fact that they're all speared through multiple places with scissors. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was written in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page... Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays or at night, or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because eyewitnesses have never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. That is not how that works.
So, in other words...
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV, and only on TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. All of that for one truth bullet.
Let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going now? Anywhere but here. We've finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Just all of a sudden like that.
I don't have time to
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes, even if it requires me to use basic logic with the evidence I've already collected. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to get back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too, I suppose. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Alright, well, I guess we'll go back to the pool. Where is the pool? Ah, past the bathrooms, okay. The pool. And we'll go back into the girls' locker room. Oh, hey Hifumi.
Da-da-da-da-da!
Ding ding ding! Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me! Evidence? What did you find? I cannot reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she see?
Well,
She refused to tell me. She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies a boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where is Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What is it gonna be? I don't understand that last sentence. Alright, I'm going in. What do we have here? Alright, let's examine, starting left to right. Sakura.
Damn.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her soul.
No forgiveness!
To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable! What a wretched beast to do such a thing! I cannot forgive this! Helpful? Bloodlust. Oh, hang on. Wait, no, we've already seen that. Anything interesting here? I can feel the life draining out of my... No. Not really learning anything new. It's the bloodstained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. It is as I thought. Hey, Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking. But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
Well,
Nothing you need worry about, just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing. That's definitely worth worrying about. Okay, let's look at the body. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug. Wait, so it isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. There's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does all this mean? Interesting. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. Yeah, without Byakuya rushing me. Anything interesting to say? No? Same thing. Alright, let's get out of here. We'll check the boys' locker room real quick, and then we'll go to the library, and then we'll go see what Celeste wants in the warehouse, which I don't know where I know that is. Or I don't know that I know where that is. Words hard. Okay. Ooh, interesting. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Perhaps a dried blood stain? A poster for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelists. Huh, that poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. The boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. And in the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little bit more about the locker rooms. I guess I have to go back and talk to Sakura. Out of my way, Hifumi! Sakura, I have questions. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and the girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However...
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. Ugh, protein coffee? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but when I exercise, I want to drink coffee afterwards. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some of it on the carpet in the girls' locker room, and it left a stain. A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet. Now there's blood on the carpet, you moron! Even if that's not the stain you're talking about, it is a stain on the carpet.
Of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I could only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with. Well, we know where that stain went. Alright, let's go to the library and look at the Genocide Jack file. To the library! And to the archive. What have we here? The wooden box is empty. The extension cord was in there before. I know that. No, wrong one. That one. I want to take another look at Genocide Jack's case file. I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that... I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. So why does he hide the information he already told me? The desk lamp. Byakuya grabbed that one thing from over there and put it over there. What? It sure is dark over there. What? It was grammatically incomprehensible. There's a thick... No, hang on. Ah, well, cool, monocle. I was trying to look at the cord. No! Well, thank you, but still, get out of my way. I want to look at the desk lamp. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But the last time I saw it, it was definitely on, and it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Byakuya is getting more and more suspicious with his desire to blame it all on Genocide Jack. Difference... He's He just connects too many threads for me right now. But we'll see. I don't want to, like, theorize too much. Oh, hey, Taka.
How unfortunate.
Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it, I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough. Poor guy. Where am I going? There was somewhere else I needed to go. Oh, right, the warehouse. I think it's in here. That's a bath. We can go in there. Oh yeah, we can. That's the bathhouse where the showdown took place. That's the laundry. The dining hall. Wait, what's this? It doesn't say what it is. It has a box on the map. I'm assuming this is the warehouse. Probably here. Okay. Oh, hey, Celeste. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most
I
unfortunate.
knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well. I will tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
What
Where
are
are
you
you
doing
going?
out this late?
Oh, they're talking.
Oh, I was just... Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So, apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Okay. So how would the killer have gotten rid of it? I know. The garbage room. Oh, it's still locked up. This is the trash room. They gave them away. Alright. I guess they didn't burn it. Okay, I'm beginning to wonder where to go next. Go back and ask, trying to think if there's anything I missed, like anywhere that was related to the case. I guess I didn't look too closely around the boys' locker room. Locker, anything? I never went into the pool. I didn't go in the pool, did I? Okay. Anything here? There's a cabinet over there. Maybe there's some kind of clue in the lockers. I guess not. Okay. This place doesn't seem like it's actually related to anything. And then I have to go back into the lobby. Maybe I'll go into the girls' locker room one last time, and then check the library again. I don't know. I'm running out of options. I thought Celeste was the last thing I had to talk to about, and maybe she'd give me another lead. And maybe she did, the tracksuit, but I don't know where that would be. Do you have any clues, or are you going to say the same thing? Yeah, you're going to say the same thing. Yes, we've already been through this. That just points me to the library again. And Hifumi told me about the Celeste thing. Did I miss something? Genocide Jack's case file is gone. I have to assume Byakuya took it. Alright, maybe I need to find Byakuya. Can I see where he is? Is he anywhere? Hina's in the dining hall. Taka. Main hall. Running out of places to go, so I'm gonna start with talking to Hina in the dining hall, and then I'll go find Hiro and see if I can get anything out of either of them. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before. She won't come out, and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy, and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry. I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating?
Huh?
A donut, of course. Of course. There are two things that I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. Oh, I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. She didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the other girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? I mean, not really. I know a lot of people who are like that. Oh, wait. Maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Oh, I guess that was the only thing I was missing. Ding dong, bing bong.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!